Hello and welcome. I am doing a Norwegian Wood run, and I'm just going to catch you guys up on where I've got to so far, and then you can follow along with me and see where we get to now. It's my first time doing this, and I hope that everything's going alright, but if not, I'll edit in production and we'll see where we go. So, because I started this campaign a while back, I'm going to play the timeline and catch you guys up. This is not my first time playing as Norway. I've gone through about 5 iterations before this point. So, this time, unusually, Lithuania and Poland didn't take the union. They didn't form it, which is normally a stupid idea. But what it did do was allow me to take advantage of the fact that Lithuania was willing to support my independence, because the crux of the matter is, when you start as Norway, that you need some strong allies. You need Sweden to ally you before you can break free of Denmark. So, there you can see I won my independence war very early on. Sweden was disloyal, Lithuania was supporting me. Denmark had allied Muscovy, but as soon as Lithuania was able to take Moskva off of Muscovy, I was able to knock them out of war and take 100% war score from Denmark. And this combination, Sjælland, Lund, and Bleking, was the best combination I found. In one of my first runs, I'd given Sweden some land, which was kind of stupid, obviously, because I'm going to backstab them pretty quickly, and then Sjælland is so important because it controls so much wealth because of the sound toll thing that they have there. It gives a huge boost to trade value. So you need that. I also had done some things with Norway's economic situation, like disbanded the cavalry. I've still only got infantry. Sold all my heavies to Sweden and England, but I think I've sunk those now. So, anyway, as we went on, I then went to war with Sweden and took off the Latvian, another very important province because of the copper mine there. That is one of the biggest copper mines in Europe, or at least was in the time frame of the EU4. And so that and Sjælland basically sourced out my economy. Then the next thing was just another war with Denmark I took Holland, Going, and Nordland, and pretty much connected up all my lands. So now I'm the major power in Denmark, and I'm going to continue. Now, like I said, I think I said at the start of this video, but if not, my goal for this is obviously Norwegian Wood and playing on Iron Man, and I'm going to do Norwegian Wood, which is one of the hardest achievements, but it's one I haven't. It's one that kind of appeals to me, because for Norwegian Wood, you obviously have to go after the Europa Prize, which is effectively going after certain random provinces. So I know I'll have to go for Scandinavia, but also to go into Russia, take all Teutonic Order, eventually backstab if we need to get Minsk. I'll have to go into Hungary, I'll have to take on the Ottomans, and then take various coastal provinces on there. And then, of course, take a lot of land in the New World, because lots of naval supplies provinces will show up there. And it's a very hard achievement. I've just come off doing a world conquest, though, so I'm feeling pretty confident of doing nearly another one. But that world conquest I was doing. I was the Ottomans here. I was the Otto blob. I was the Otto blob, and that's the nation that you do world conquest with. This time though, it's the Norwegians. So that's where I am. I've just got my army off on no maintenance because I've just put down some rebellions that in London will go away because my clergy are currently dislawed, but I'm going to make them law as soon as I can. The disaster will go away as the burghers will. They're actually that's not up there anymore, but they are going to. I think they had a 10% modifier, which was due to drop off this year, so I guess it must have been this month, and so that disaster won't happen. I'll just play a couple of days to make sure it does. Yeah, there we go. The God of Monopolies has expired, so no more disaster for me. I have a loan, but that will get paid off shortly. Had to go into debt to do that. I have a bit of unrest, but it's nothing I can't handle, and none of these guys will. Those Swedish separatists might fire, but it's quite low. They've already fired once. The Danish separatists have fired twice, and yeah, I feel like the separatism will go away before my starting king being cruel hasn't really helped this, and what's even worse is that he's a zero diplo character, and with Norway you kind of want your first idea to be exploration, particularly for this achievement, and that's exploration over expansion, because even though some of you might be thinking that the Norwegian ideas give extra colonists, and they give you the ability to recruit exploration and conquistadors without exploration, so they're effectively giving you exploration ideas for free, right? Well, my thought process is that exploration ideas are generally superior to expansion in almost every way. You get a merchant of expansion, and you get like an extra diplomatic relation, some trade power, but otherwise exploration is so much more valuable. You have 3 colonists rather than 2. You can colonize so much more, and the colonial and the extra colonial range, like stacking these two will work fantastically. My goal with EU4 is almost always to stack the exploration. It's a stack. Well, not exploration. Stack the stack the benefits. I mean, if I was doing it, because then you get like a super nation in one area, and you can focus your things, focus your efforts to do that. Like another thing I might do, like I wouldn't do naval, because no one really does naval, but maritime and trade might be, because the Norwegian ideas are also maritime and naval trade. That's the sort of areas Norwegian ideas are geared towards with the global trade power, ship costs, and island navies. So if I wanted to, I could get some super navies if I and just Norway ruling the seas. But I mean, well, for what naval supplies we're going to get, I'll certainly have needs some of that, right? Eh? And I mean, yeah, naval force limit will be fantastic for that. In fact, my navy look is at the moment is all right. It's not great. I could do it, but I'm saving up money to firstly pay off my loan, secondly make the clergy happy. And my current plans, I've still have a truce with Denmark, truce with Scotland because I just broke the alliance with them. I do have the permanent claims that the Orkney event gives you. If you're not aware, when you play Norway around 1460 or so, you get an event where you can either sell Orkney to Scotland for 200 gold, or you can say no, and Scotland relations between you and Scotland worsen, and you get permanent claims on their two northern provinces, while Scotland gets permanent claims on Orkney and Shetland, because in modern day both of these are Scottish, or British territories, whereas the Faroes have remained under the control of Scandinavian nations, particularly Denmark, for the Faroes, because of that's how they were divided up, I believe. I'm not entirely certain on Faroese history. Anyway, my ships there. And my next target will be Sweden again, because my truce has expired with them, and I shall be attacking Novgorod with them. What I am hoping to do is get Muscovy in there, but if I do that, I shall be waiting another 16 years to get the required favours. And I'm not making a long-term ally of Muscovy, because the thing is, Muscovy is that they're going to be colonising Siberia eventually. Once they've integrated Perm, and which they're doing already, and cleared off Kazan and Novgorod, although I must say Novgorod is doing surprisingly well this time. They shall be colonising Siberia, and the more of Siberia they colonise, the more. I'm not entirely sure on the percentage chances, but the more of Siberia, because I think most of Siberia would naturally be fur rather than naval supplies, but in any case, the more Siberia they colonise, the more they are likely to get naval supplies provinces, which I'm going to have to take from them in the end. So there's that. I've been talking for 12 minutes, and I guess that's just to introduce everyone to you. I'm going to try to keep these 20 minutes in length if everything's recording right. Especially, I'm not so certain on my recording ability to capture it. If it's captured everything, and that's fantastic. If it's not, I'll play a few minutes for the next 8 minutes and see where we get, and then I'll take a break. So, sitting here, I'm bringing the Teutonic Order. I really don't know what to use my diplomats on. I know I should be using them for things, but I've got plenty of claims on Sweden. I'm not going to take more Denmark. I've still got a claim on Finn, which will expire 1477, so that I might be able to take that next war. But okay, I guess I can spy on Denmark. Pomerania is not going to go anywhere. Pomerania and I've got all the claims I need on Sweden. I am going to take ideas, but there's that. I'm wondering whether to abdicate. Like, this king is not going to help me get exploration done. He will just mess everything up. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait for that trait. The traits from the right man. I'm going to get his third trait. So far, his traits aren't doing anything for me. I don't need Zealot, and Cruel is actively harming me. Well connected will be a very nice one. I think I don't really want to lose my prestige and legitimacy from an average claim, but what I shall do, if this trait is good, I'll keep Inge the Third until he dies. If not, it's Sigurd's time to shine, because he's at least a bit better. Ooh, strict discipline. That's actually all right. I am going to be going to war again, probably within this lifetime, so I might keep that. I mean, he's 43. Monarchs in E4 start to die after about 45. So I probably wouldn't have it for much longer. Yeah, I'll keep him. Now, so if I'm going to go up against Sweden and Novgorod, Sweden has 17,000, Novgorod 19,000. Both of those outnumber me. I can get the Lithuanian order in, but they are going to be of limited use because well, they have a smaller army than me. 12,000. So if I want to win this, I really need to get Muscovy in. I doubt Poland and Lithuania will come in, and I would do that, but well, apparently Muscovy likes Sweden, which he shouldn't because he's enemies of Novgorod. But what's his opinion of Sweden? Oh, they've been improving relations. One of them has been, Muscovy has been improving relations with Sweden, I imagine, from that. But that's unfortunate. Now, do I repay the loan or repay the clergy? I think I need to repay those clergy because then I can get more. And I can get more money, and I can get rid of the Danish separatists, who will now go away. Good. The nobility will just have to stay disloyal for now because I don't have interaction for it. Like, that's part of my theory. Burger loyalty. There's my diplomatic support. In fact, I should probably take that, even though we'll make the burghers disloyal. But I can make them loyal again at my leisure with monopoly charters, and I need those diplomacy points. Let's do that. I shall 1478. Okay, we'll press grant monopoly charters in 1478. I probably could have waited for the diplomacy points because I'm not using them for anything right now. Oh, and my trader died. And he was a +2 half price trader as well, so that's unfortunate. I don't really have quite enough money, but I'm comfortable taking. Oh, you know what? I could use in improved relations. A diplomatic advisor. I'll take him. I have the money to afford him, and I just realised that by doing that, I think I'll get enough loan, but that's going to be cutting it fine, I think. If I do, it's only another 10% inflation, and it's more to pay in the end. No debt. There we go. Let's take a claim off in Denmark. And right, taking out advisor may have been a mistake, but I think once this guy dies, and he's probably going to die soon enough, I'm not going to replace him with admin. And then there's also the fact that if Inga dies and I get Sigurd on the throne here, that everything will become a lot cheaper. But I like that. I need my diplomacy points, and because I want to get colonising as soon as possible as Norway. Because I guess Portugal, who's been doing well against Morocco, he's taking exploration ideas, so he'll be colonising Cape Verde as we speak, I imagine. So, and he'll soon find his way to Brazil. And I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head what the chances of naval supplies appearing in places like Brazil are. I believe they're more common in like Canada and Eastern America, but still there's probably going to be some naval supplies that will end up deep within Brazil, so we don't, unless that's tropical wood, because naval supplies is basically wood, and I don't know if naval supplies can be in in the tropical regions. If they are, I'll go get them. But basically, we don't want the colonizers doing too much without me, because they'll just unearth more neighbours' planets. I'll have to eventually take off them. Here we go. 40 military power for 25 ducats. That's an offer you can almost never refuse. Although I am strapped for money, and I don't really need military points at this very second. But I can always do that for them. For Danish. Ooh, I can improve it. No, we don't want to do that. 41% of our state cause being Danish is important, but eventually at 1000 development we shall become an empire, and we shall get all of that for free. So I'm not considering monarchy to spotting monarchy. Feudal monarchy. The spotting monarchy is actually better than feudal monarchy if you don't care about the manpower, because I don't have any vassals, and my income from vassals is pretty small anyway. So, I just realised we're over 20 minutes, so I shall stop the recording and see if everything. Excuse me, that's my stream. Stop the recording and see if everything's alright, and if all goes well, and I don't have to re-record this, I shall see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.